Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. It seems like the US government continues to support financially somehow and militarily somehow Ukraine without asking the population. It's just that they decide to do whatever they want, and the population will just have to wait until they can vote these people out or back in. This is how mass democracy works. You give them one vote and they take your vote and do whatever they want with it for 4 or 5 years or 6 years or 2 years, depending on how long your time in office is. All right, so this article comes from Reuters from July 1st, 2022, and this is the title: U.S. sending Ukraine two surface-to-air missile systems, the Pentagon announced. The United States is sending Ukraine two NASAMS, N-A-S-A-M-S, NASAMS surface-to-air missile systems, four additional counter-artillery radars, and up to 150,000 rounds of 155 millimeter artillery ammunition as part of its latest weapons package for Ukraine, the Pentagon said on Friday. The assistance package worth about 820 million. Can we build a few schools or a few kindergartens or a few, maybe, I don't know, hospitals with this money? Or no? I guess we could, that they could help, right? That's all right. The assistance package worth about 820 million that we don't have was broadly announced by US President Joe Biden on Thursday in Madrid following a gathering of NATO leaders and was focused on Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Don't get me wrong. I'm not crying because the money, and I'm crying. I'm not crying because the money goes to Ukraine. I'm crying because that money that we do not have, instead of coming to the citizens, goes to some foreign country for the interest, not my interest. They can't fool me with Russia coming and taking over the world and all that, childish, Second World War scare tactic. No, it doesn't work that way. So I hate it because without my consent, they got my consent with vote or no vote, but nevertheless, they're in power. They do whatever they want, and they get this country in more debt, more inflation, and more trouble. And they represent me. And what bothers me is that guy over there who's 89, I think, right? Or 90 or something, what's going to be. Biden, right? Or 79, something like that. 79 or 89. 79, I think he is going to be 80, or who the hell knows how old he is. He, as I said, he expired, is past due. He's going to go. But we other people here, we have families, we have children, we have, I don't know, grandchildren and so on. What's going to happen to us? He doesn't give a fuck about it. He's a millionaire. His family has a lot of money. So they will not fall, on their necks or anything like that, or lose their job. So what I'm trying to say is that they don't really care. They don't really care about us. So I hate that money that is borrowed for international banking or simply printed, not worth anything, it just creates more inflation. And all these weapons that will be sent were bought with some money, again, borrowed or printed. And they will need to replenish. If I give you those, I have to replenish my, arsenal. So I'm going to do the same thing. And it's like we live a rosy life here. Everything is good. Everything is good. Have you been to a school lately in the United States? Well, they are jungles. Okay, some of them are beautiful buildings, which I would say I'm visiting a lot of schools, so I know firsthand. Let's say 1 in 10 is a normal looking school. The other ones are both in the 50s, 60s. They are not modern, to say the least. The roads are not paved, are not straight, and we send this money over there. We don't know where the money goes. We don't know exactly where the weapons are going to go because we have to, as I said, replenish them. So that's why I disagree with that. First, you clean up your house, and then you help the neighbor clean up his house. You don't have garbage in your house, but you go and help your neighbor clean his house. I mean, some people do that, but that's not normal. That's not right. So the Pentagon offered more details on Friday as it formalized the announcement and said the latest round of security assistance also included additional ammunition for high mobility artillery rocket systems, HIMARS, HIMARS. The new United States aid, I was about to say AIDS, is meant to bolster Kiev as it confronts heavy pounding by Russian artillery. Russia's stepped-up campaign of long-range missile attacks on Ukraine cities has come under Mala. This is the propaganda. I'm not going to read that. Including the latest round of assistance, the United States has now committed approximately $6.9 billion, $6.7 billion since Russia forces started their special operation. How about that? Do you like that? Not invasion, special operation. So $7 billion. That might sound nothing for Pelosi or for Schumer or for whatever, McConnell, all these, weasels. Might sound, well, they play with hundreds of, they pay trillions, right? Trillions of dollars. So 7 billion for there is not even the change in their pocket. That's how they look at it. But $6 billion for, let's say, a state, maybe a few cities, they can solve a lot of problems for our citizens, for our families. These guys have no allegiance. The only allegiance they have is towards themselves, and that's it. But the problem is the places, the positions that they have over there, they have to care for us. They have to defend us. How? Like that? Again, I don't want to hear that scenario that Putin wants to take over Europe and Putin wants to take then after they're going to take over United States and he wants to conquer the world and he wants to be the second Hitler and all that. No, that's not what it is. But anyway, if you want to believe that, not you, but if people want to believe that, and a lot of them do because they're below 86 IQ. That's why. And they're very easily, propagandized and so on. And they don't know shit. Let's start with that one. They don't know shit. When was the last time they read a book? A book. Their book is a television, and not a television in a good way. The mass media, the mainstream consider, the corporate mass media. That's their book. And the movies, and entertainment industry. So how can you form an opinion on that? I remember when it was there were the bombardments of Yugoslavia, and in one capacity or another, Hillary Clinton went over there. If you remember, she went over there under the bullets of, so close when she, I think she arrived in Sarajevo, and that was a lie, but nevertheless, she arrived there, but not under because they're videos, but they don't care. They like pigs. They lie like pigs, not really like pigs, because pigs, I don't think they lie. I think they're pigs and they do whatever they want. But nevertheless, she started lecturing the Serbs, and it was a Serb, I can't remember who said that. If it was Milosevic or someone else who said, our knowledge, our culture is not based on movies, because she was giving a movie, an example as a reference. I said, we don't base our history and lives on movies. And that's accurate. Here, ask someone, they're going to tell you about that movie like their realities, like their books, like their philosophy, their historical events. That's how they look. Hey, do you see that movie with Tom Cruise when he does that? Well, we can't do that too. Hey, buddy, it's a movie. Smack. Wake up. They will never wake up. They like it, and they think they're right. And they would definitely take care of people like you and I. Definitely. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart. Look for the truth, pay more money, get taxed, send some over there without your consent, and be just.